Matthew McConaughey, a famous actor in romantic comedies, surprised Hollywood by leaving the industry at the height of his success. This was a calculated, strategic turnabout rather than a withdrawal. He rejected the glamour of stereotyping and pursued meaningful transformation. The story of McConaughey, from his Texas upbringing to his comeback as a dramatic powerhouse, will be extensively covered in this video. See how his experiences, beliefs, and bold professional choices transformed him and motivated countless others to seek authenticity. Track the career of an actor who defied Hollywood stereotypes, ruled the business according to his terms, and returned more vital than ever. McConaughey's early typecasting struggles. After making his Hollywood debut, Matthew McConaughey immediately became a mainstay in romantic comedies, seducing viewers with his laid-back style and southern charm. Even though he starred in successful movies like The Wedding Planner and How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, McConaughey could not fully express his acting potential because of the parts he was cast in. His creative goals were stifled by the industry's tendency to typecast him in similar roles, leaving him pining for more substantive, demanding assignments. In addition to impeding his artistic development, the constant typecasting doubted his long-term prospects in Hollywood. In contrast to the pull of steady financial success, McConaughey yearned for creative fulfillment and wanted to venture outside of the romantic comedy genre into other genres where he could tell more complex stories. His struggles in these formative years prepared the ground for a turning point where he understood the importance of stepping back and reevaluating his professional route. Texas upbringing shaped McConaughey's career. Matthew McConaughey's personality and career attitude are deeply rooted in his upbringing in Texas as a born and raised citizen of Uvalde. McConaughey's upbringing in a state renowned for its toughness and self-reliance gave him a direct, no-nonsense outlook on life. Experiences that emphasized honesty, hard work, and respect throughout his early years shaped his values personally and professionally. Texas's many environments, from its vast plains to its vibrant cities, have cultivated adaptation and a broader view of possibilities and ambition. Storytelling was valued in McConaughey's upbringing as a kind of entertainment and a means of imparting valuable life lessons. McConaughey could stay true to himself despite navigating the star-studded hallways of Hollywood thanks to these aspects of his Texas upbringing. He found strength in the core beliefs of his upbringing, which allowed him to pursue roles that truly spoke to his deeper desires and genuine self-expression rather than giving in to outside pressure. Texas gave him the fundamental values he carried into his developing professional life. McConaughey's unique life and career philosophy. Matthew McConaughey's career path is evidence of his non-traditional outlook on life and work. McConaughey bases his decisions on whether they're consistent with his ideals and long-term goals rather than on short-term gains. This is his meter, or what he refers to as going green. This translates into a career in which he made thoughtful decisions and avoided overexposure by turning down ventures that did not align with his basic beliefs. His readiness to accept uncertainty, such as going back even during the height of his romantic comedy stardom, is a testament to his preference for personal development over comfort. This way of thinking permeates McConaughey's lifestyle as well. He prioritizes groundedness and simplicity in his quest for balance, frequently selecting rustic getaways over ostentatious luxury. From his point of view, the main components of success are meaningful travels and strong family ties, not material belongings. The clarity strengthens McConaughey's core philosophy of living and performing truthfully and allows him to reinvent himself in a field where trends come and go. It also ensures that each new role he takes on truly depicts his changing self. Outlaw Logic shaped by family experiences. Matthew McConaughey's outlaw logic, a concept that characterizes his response to life's obstacles, has strong roots in his familial background, especially the turbulent relationship between his parents. Having gone through several divorces before getting back together, McConaughey saw firsthand the grit needed to accept life's unforeseen circumstances. This dynamic atmosphere encouraged the idea that one can forge one's path regardless of cultural expectations or conventional conventions. He learned from his mother, who had a great impact, to accept the volatility of life with inventiveness and pragmatism. This helped him shape his innate attitude that regulations should be recommendations rather than absolutes. This mindset helped him navigate Hollywood's inflexible systems by promoting a special kind of flexibility, combined with persistence. McConaughey's outlaw logic became a guiding principle in his decision-making, allowing him the flexibility to stray from predicted paths and pursue unexplored performance possibilities. It's an ideology reflecting acceptance of chaos and control, strengthening personal authenticity, and providing a solid foundation for his professional reinventions. It also embodies his belief in creating unique career pathways that align with one's values. McConaughey ditched law for acting freedom. When Matthew McConaughey was first about to pursue a career in law, he encountered a pivotal event that completely changed his course. Despite being raised by his family to pursue a career in law, McConaughey was drawn to storytelling since it was an art form that gave him both freedom and responsibility. He gave up on his ambitions to go to law school after realizing that the well-traveled path restricted his creativity and instead chose to pursue acting since he had a deep-seated urge to tell stories about people. This was no little step. It required risk-taking, sacrifice, and embracing the unpredictability of success in an industry that's infamously unpredictable. Accepting acting as his vocation allowed McConaughey to enter a world where he could play a variety of people, each with their unique viewpoints and difficulties. Choosing to forego conventional security in favor of passion was a turning point that led to a profession he could play a variety of people, each with their unique viewpoints and difficulties. Choosing to forego conventional security in favor of passion was a turning point that led to a profession based on taking chances and being real. It proves his point that one shouldn't follow one's inner guidance system and establish a benchmark for selecting routes that align with one's passions. Defining moments in McConaughey's career. Every great career has its defining moments, and for Matthew McConaughey, one of those events occurred in his early 20s, setting the course for his goals. At 23, McConaughey had a personal tragedy that led him to define life goals that eventually became turning points in his journey. Among these goals were the desire to receive an Oscar and the deliberate decision to maintain one's authenticity in both personal and professional life. He was forced by this reflective time to identify his true values in life and work, which helped to shape his future career plan. Like creating a vision board, McConaughey's objectives guided him through highs and lows in the business by pointing him toward meaningful assignments. His ability to turn adversity in his personal life into concrete professional achievements is a testament to his fortitude and vision. Consequently, McConaughey's development is driven by conscious aspiration rather than being just shaped by chance, enabling him to turn pivotal life occurrences into meaningful career developments. Improvised introduction launched McConaughey's career. McConaughey's performance in Dazed and Confused catalyzed a multifaceted and nuanced career. He was cast as David Wooderson and at first had very little dialogue, but what distinguished him was his improvisational ability to turn limited lines into memorable moments. The performance gained authenticity and spontaneity when McConaughey delivered the renowned "all right, all right, all right" line, which embodied Wooderson's casual demeanor. This pivotal moment in Matthew McConaughey's career defined his persona as an actor who would combine inventiveness with structure to create enduring cinematic moments. He established a standard for his profession by using his innately intuitive technique to create characters with a foundation in both scripted and unscripted narrative aspects. His ability to encapsulate the essence of humanity and captivate people beyond the written word was showcased by his on-screen improvisation. This marked the beginning of a trajectory where his daring and creative endeavors propelled him towards increasingly complex pursuits. Life goals set amidst personal tragedy. After suffering a personal tragedy at 23, Matthew McConaughey showed incredible foresight in turning his sadness into well-defined goals at a crossroads. During this critical period, he deliberately set goals that combined his professional aspirations with his moral principles and mapped out a strategic path for the future. With goals like winning an Oscar and a solid commitment to being true to himself, McConaughey created a framework that directed progress. Adversity was turned into possibilities for reinvention through the deliberate decision-making process, which led him to roles that complemented his central goals. McConaughey strengthened his resilience and adaptability, two qualities he needed for his numerous roles and phases of life, by turning suffering into purpose. This all-encompassing strategy emphasized balancing success on the outside with personal fulfillment, encouraging a profession grounded in integrity rather than vanity. McConaughey's complex advancement was greatly influenced by his capacity to turn significant life events into distinct benchmarks, demonstrating the power of intention in changing obstacles into ongoing avenues of growth and fulfillment. McConaughey found solitude in travel. For Matthew McConaughey, times of profound introspection and investigation were essential in his quest for clarity and self-discovery. He frequently retired into nature or went on solitary travels to discover himself away from the limelight of Hollywood. McConaughey found solace in travel, which allowed him to reflect and reassess his life's course. These periods of solitude, whether spent camping or exploring Peru's sacred landscapes, provided a break from the demands of the industry and the relentless scrutiny of the public. He was able to re-evaluate his principles, interact with many cultures, and embrace simplicity through travel, which helped to keep him grounded despite the chaos of celebrity. These introspective getaways strengthened McConaughey's viewpoint, which promoted resiliency and an unyielding personality independent of outside approval. He demonstrated a stronger connection to personal aspirations and creativity by momentarily detaching himself from the industry's fast turnover, which enhanced his life and performance. Such deliberate seclusion epitomizes McConaughey's unwavering quest for equilibrium, both inside and outside, profoundly influencing his legendary career. Europe's motorcycle exploration. Riding motorcycles through Europe's varied landscapes, McConaughey undertook a formative adventure throughout the continent with his dazed and confused castmates. This month-long investigation served as a platform for personal and artistic renewal. It was more than just a vacation, it was an expression of freedom and reflection. The journey embodied McConaughey's spirit of exploration and is dedicated to lifelong learning, using travel as a tool to extend his perspectives. He could take in new cultures, concepts, and experiences without the constant shadow of celebrity by leaving Hollywood's boundaries. This experience gave him priceless insights into storytelling and gave his next roles a depth derived from exposure to the real world and friendship with other actors. Traveling extensively confirmed McConaughey's conviction that exploration offers opportunities for self-realization, and authenticity beyond geographical locations is entwined with his life story and career advancement. McConaughey found clarity through solo travels. After achieving considerable success in Hollywood, McConaughey found himself at a turning point where the glamour of stardom started to fade and make space for reflection. He set off on a single trip searching for understanding and comfort, visiting Peru and settling into a nomadic, basic lifestyle. The seclusion time away from the bustle of Hollywood allowed him to think deeply about his goals and identity. Without the pressures of society to live up to expectations, McConaughey chose to live simply in the great outdoors and on the open road, which made it possible to assess his professional path objectively. He was not only reminded of his basic principles during these times, but he also gained the freedom to redefine success according to his standards, removing the outside layers that constrained his public image. After retreating into seclusion to rejuvenate, McConaughey returned to the world with new eyes and deep understandings of the personal and professional spheres. This allowed him to bravely direct his career toward genuine and meaningful roles. McConaughey's mainstream success transition. McConaughey's calculated move to leave typecast jobs behind sparked a revolutionary career shift that led to popular success. His remarkable ability to manage his changing public persona while thoughtfully choosing parts that express depth and complexity was crucial to this change. With endeavors such as The Wedding Planner, he deliberately balanced his desire for roles with meaningful storytelling and his desire to appeal to a broad audience. This wasn't an abrupt move. Rather, it was the result of careful planning and preparation that demonstrated his diversity of skills and adaptability. Re-evaluating his approach, McConaughey deliberately pushed himself outside his comfort zone, surprising spectators with performances that went against their expectations. His smooth shift into sophisticated mainstream roles reflects the all-encompassing skill McConaughey developed, demonstrated by his bold steps to reinvent himself. McConaughey flourished because he accepted deliberate change while retaining his sense of self. He took advantage of newly available opportunities to showcase his entire range and solidified his reputation as a dynamic and enduring actor. Wedding Planner shifted McConaughey's career. Following his success in movies such as The Wedding Planner, McConaughey had to contend with the conflicting demands of his personal goals and the industry's expectations. Every accomplishment had the burden of being primarily known as a rom-com star. Despite receiving critical and commercial success for these movies and a devoted following, McConaughey felt uneasy. He aimed to demonstrate his ability to take on complex, demanding parts that tested him and the audience. His determination to escape being typecast became more and more evident, and it influenced his choices. Accepting this crucial change requires bravery as well as humility. McConaughey carefully selected assignments that matched his moral principles and allowed him to go into more profound emotional realms. His promise extended beyond romantic comedies in movies like Mud and The Lincoln Lawyer, which unveiled the dramatic depth viewers had not previously seen. This was a calculated move and a statement of his dedication to self-realization and genuineness. McConaughey's path is a reflection of the larger challenges that many performers have while trying to balance their artistic integrity with financial success. McConaughey remade his reputation by exploring a variety of roles, and he eventually became a multi-dimensional actor who could provide compelling performances in various genres. Rom-com success left McConaughey unfulfilled. McConaughey struggled with a persistent sense of unfulfillment despite his success in romantic comedies. Despite the praise and box office figures, his passion for powerful, transforming performances that may have a lasting effect on audiences conflicted with the convenience of typecast parts. Even while these movies brought him instant fame, he realized they did not reflect his changing artistic vision. This internal conflict became increasingly evident as he went deeper into introspection about what success meant to him personally. After coming to this revelation, McConaughey had a period of contemplation, which stoked his curiosity about genres with greater depth. He started considering the underlying reasons for his professional decisions and carefully considered the legacy he wanted to leave behind. His pursuit of dramatic parts that dealt with serious subjects allowed him to stretch himself and show the depth of feeling due to his search for fulfillment. He found that true success comes from integrating one's job with principles and passions when he ventured into inner conflict. McConaughey's persistent pursuit of happiness is a potent reminder that honesty and internal congruence are essential even when experiencing success on the outside. Desire to escape rom-com typecasting. A major driving force behind McConaughey's career was his desire to break free from his typecast roles and pursue more dramatic roles. He believed that his creativity was not limited to romantic comedies, but instead had many facets. This insight motivated him to look for parts, allowing him to explore different aspects of his talent and provide emotional nuance and complexity. He took a step back at this period to reevaluate his professional path, concentrating on endeavors that truly spoke to him. He needed to break himself from the cliches of the romantic comedy as a matter of personal necessity as much as business. Parts in movies like True Detective and Dallas Buyers Club were a big change from his earlier work and allowed him to show off his adaptability. This new path helped him achieve financial and critical success while providing him with a lifeline towards his artistic goals. McConaughey's constant emphasis on powerful performances and significant storytelling reflects his desire for more substantial employment. In addition to reviving his career, his willingness to take on difficult roles demonstrated the value of having the guts to reevaluate one's artistic identity and open the doors for others to follow. McConaughey's self-discovery journey in Mali. McConaughey visited Mali on his break and was fully immersed in the lively local way of life. This trip offered him deep self-discovery and reconciliation with his personal and professional lives. So it was about more than just visiting new places. Because of the stark contrast between the fast-paced lifestyle of Hollywood and the rhythms and ideals he experienced in Mali, he got a greater appreciation for community, awareness, and simplicity. This encounter changed him forever, showing him the value of staying connected to one's heritage and the pleasure of seeing things from various angles. His awareness of mankind was broadening, and his encounters with various civilizations nourished his artistic vision. McConaughey embraced the stories that arose from real-life events and discovered the importance of storytelling outside of the movie industry. The trip was more than simply an adventure. It was an attempt to reimagine what it meant to be fulfilled and have a purpose in life. In reclaiming his story, McConaughey made a big stride by accepting new cultures and customs. His emphasis on authenticity was refocused due to deeper discoveries, which inspired him to add richer, more complex narratives to his work. This life-changing event in Mali turned into a turning point in his ongoing development, influencing not just his professional path, but also his philosophy on life. Rom-com to challenging roles revived career. McConaughey made several deliberate choices representing his changing artistic vision as he moved from romantic comedies to more nuanced parts. His need for a more in-depth narrative was an anchor, pushing him to take chances that revitalized his career. This change forced him to explore subjects that spoke to the human condition and dive into characters with much emotional weight. To showcase his range and true acting talent, McConaughey aimed to break out from the formulaic rom-com mold. The parts he selected presented a variety of damaged, imperfect people battling complex personal issues. He contributed genuine heart and real passion to movies like Mud and the Oscar-winning Dallas Buyers Club, which struck a powerful chord with viewers. In addition to reviving his career, his readiness to take on challenging roles demonstrated his command of the screen in various contexts. Every undertaking proved his dedication to the artistic development and investigation. Through his path, McConaughey demonstrates the transformational potential of being fearless in the face of change and shows how taking creative risks can result in extremely rewarding outcomes for artistic pursuits. The Wolf of Wall Street role became iconic. McConaughey's portrayal of Mark Hanna in The Wolf of Wall Street turned into a legendary role. His acting talent and distinct improvisational technique were fully displayed as he skillfully combined charisma with subtle nuance. The notorious chest-thumping sequence captures the film's themes of excess and ambition wonderfully, making it more than a memorable scene. McConaughey's decision to wing it at this time demonstrated his inventiveness and confidence, leaving a lasting impression on critics and viewers. McConaughey's career took a major turn with this part, a passionate representation of human nature's darker, ambitious aspect. He gained a greater reputation as a versatile actor due to this depiction, which opened up other roles for him. His connection to the intricate narrative was strengthened by the experience, which also shed more light on the irony frequently hidden in high finance. The notion that McConaughey was more than just a romantic lead was reaffirmed by his remarkable performance, which showed that he was a formidable actor, capable of adding nuance and turbulence to any part. Outlaw Logic led to film success. McConaughey's Outlaw Logic theory became well known as a potent guide for negotiating Hollywood's complex terrain. This way of thinking inspired him to accept difficulties and roadblocks fully as necessary components of his journey rather than as sources of discouragement. His method is distinguished by a ferocious will to forge a distinct route that embodies his independence, genuineness, and adaptability principles. His pursuit of high-profile projects such as Interstellar, where he could delve deeply into the human experience inside a profoundly themed framework, was motivated by this mentality. Throughout his career, the incorporation of Outlaw Logic not only solidified his decisions, but also directed his personal development. By creating parts with emotional depth that defied convention, McConaughey allowed viewers to see the richness of his characters. From a sugar-coated romantic lead, he developed into a serious, versatile actor who wasn't afraid to take chances. With this mindset's help, he persevered through the industry's uncertainty and produced well-received performances that brought in both critical and commercial success. McConaughey's path thus serves as an example of how tenacity, inventiveness, and the guts to embrace one's own story are the hallmarks of true talent. McConaughey wrote his own life script. During a pivotal time, McConaughey consciously decided to write his life script and take charge of his story. By committing to sincerity and self-empowerment, he laid the groundwork for his future with this deed. It allowed him to define success and fulfillment according to his standards. He changed how he approached his work and personal life by doing this and thinking back on his experiences, passions, and strengths. McConaughey accepted the power of storytelling outside of the movie screen by deciding to write the script of his own life. Recording his journey served as therapeutic self-reflection, enabling him to share wisdom gained from triumphs and trials. It encouraged others to find their voices and embrace their stories. McConaughey's metamorphosis reveals the profound impact of owning one's life narrative, demonstrating that the journey of self-discovery often leads to unexpected revelations and opportunities for growth. His memoir, Green Lights, became a recounting of his life and an inspirational guide packed with insightful lessons. McConaughey's book inspired others' lives. McConaughey's commitment to inspiring others extends well beyond his film career. His book, Green Lights, became a vehicle for sharing personal insights that encourage readers to embrace their journeys towards authenticity. The narrative offers lessons from his experiences, emphasizing resilience and the beauty of life's unpredictable nature. His storytelling encourages individuals, especially young people, to confront their challenges head-on and recognize their potential. Additionally, McConaughey established a foundation aimed at empowering high school students. This initiative promotes healthy choices and fosters leadership skills, giving young individuals the tools to build brighter futures. His belief in mentorship and community engagement perfectly aligns with his core values. By actively participating in initiatives that uplift others, McConaughey exemplifies that success is not just about personal achievement, it's also about using one's platform to inspire and ignite change. His dedication to fostering positive futures for youth underscores the impact of authentic leadership, showing that genuine influence can transform lives and communities. Foundation empowering students for healthy choices. Matthew McConaughey's journey is a rich tapestry of personal and professional evolution, illustrating the complexities and rewards of embracing one's true self. His path reflects a lifelong quest for authenticity in a world often dominated by superficial success. Through the highs and lows of his career, he remains committed to continuous growth, carving a niche that resonates with audiences seeking depth in storytelling. His struggles with identity and purpose lay the groundwork for a legacy that encourages self-reflection, courage, and creativity. As he continues to evolve, McConaughey's decisions serve as a beacon for aspiring artists, reinforcing the importance of authenticity in their journeys. His multifaceted identity, actor, author, mentor, demonstrates the power of reinvention and serves as a potent reminder that success is not a destination, but rather an ongoing process of learning and growth. McConaughey's artistic journey encourages both individuals and communities to embrace their narratives. As he forges ahead, he leaves a legacy that will inspire countless others to navigate their paths with authenticity, purpose, and vision. If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon